Hello, everyone. I am interviewing Melina today just to get a testimonial. She's just completed Prosperity Posse just last week, and she was one of my superstar students. So I wanted you guys to hear from her and hear her testimonial. So why don't you just tell people what you do, Melina?
I am a Facebook ad expert. I help small businesses turn clicks into customers, leveraging Facebook ad campaigns.
Yeah, I love it. And she's so smart too. I mean, she's a Facebook ad strategist and helps small businesses make money. And yeah, it's been so fun to work with you. So why don't you just share just a little bit about your journey in entrepreneurship and when did you get started?
Absolutely. So actually this October, it will be 2 years that I parted ways with my last role ever working for a company. It was a bittersweet departure. I was excited for what was next on the horizon. And then I realized, this is the same story with every job I've ever had, without exception. And, what I mean by that is, I figured if I'm able and willing to work 12-hour days for someone else, if I'm capable of creating signature structures and processes that translate into massive results for the company with revenue, and if I'm able to teach and replicate those results, with others and with my style of communication anywhere I go, how come I haven't tried doing that for myself? So when a competitor company called me a couple days after and offers me a job for the same position with the 5-figure raise, I declined. I realized it was time to invest in myself. So I just started exploring, who can I serve?
Wow, I love it so much. And then how did you actually come up with your niche in your business?
So I have been working with small business owners in varying capacities over the past 9 years at that point. And they are my absolute passion. They're the backbone of our economy. They create jobs. So it was a no-brainer for me to keep serving small businesses. So I just kind of had to find out in what capacity I could best serve them. So I began studying all aspects of digital marketing, which is something that I knew was evolving quicker than small businesses were able to keep up with. So studying the different aspects, a concept that really grabbed me and resonated with me immediately was paid traffic. How I was evolving with retargeting and how to effectively leverage social media to help them turn clicks into customers was the mystery that I wanted to help them solve.
Awesome. So you just completed Prosperity Posse. You've had big results. You were able to have way bigger client proposals than you've ever had before. And I know that it made a big difference for you. And so where were you at and what were you feeling before you took Prosperity Posse?
Before I took Prosperity Posse, I was just kind of questioning whether it was my place to even be in entrepreneurship. I didn't know that many young millennial women my age who were up to the same stuff that I was up to. And I was looking for community. I was looking for validation. And, I was seeing the landscape of women in entrepreneurship at that time. I remember going to my first digital marketing conference, and I was looking around and I was noticing that the conference was 80% men and 20% women, which was super interesting to me. The way that marketing was evolving, it was moving towards all digital. It was all about how to create and nurture these meaningful relationships with your prospects. And I remember thinking, this is inherently such a feminine concept. That's what women do with families. That's what we do naturally. So how come there aren't more women here? So I was just in this place where, I knew that there was room for women to play. They weren't playing. I wanted to play in this space. I didn't know how to fit in.
And then how did that result in your business? What were the main pain points you were experiencing in business when you found me?
Yeah. So when I found you, I was going about my business with lots of struggle bus mentality and lots of masculine energy. I mean, I know everything that I know about business from men. My father's a successful businessman. All the friends that I had that were just as passionate about business and marketing were the majority men. So I had this, this perception that that's how it had to be, that I had to be really aggressive. I had to struggle. I had to be rough. I had to wake up before everyone else. I had to go to bed after everyone else was fast asleep. And I just had this really aggressive masculine approach to building my business. And that just wasn't me. It wasn't who I am.
Mm-hmm. And so what are some things you got from Prosperity Posse? Share with us, share with the people. What is it that you really took from it?
Yeah. So with Prosperity Posse, at that time when I found you, I was looking, I guess more than anything, I was looking for community. I was looking for women who had dreams just as big as I did, who were in the same place, who just wanted to ascend to the next level. So when I found Prosperity Posse, it seemed like the perfect place for me because I was having trouble building structures that I felt that were natural to me. I was having trouble, having conversations and embracing my femininity in business. I was having trouble just figuring this out and not having confidence that, man, maybe there's a reason why women aren't doing this. And just instilled with a lot of doubt. And Prosperity Posse just had it had the tools, it had the community, it had the mindset shifts that were needed for me to get to where I needed to be. What really grabbed my attention off the bat was the transition from prosperity consciousness to wealth consciousness. I really resonated with that because I didn't even know that was a thing.
Transitioning from scarcity to prosperity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it forced me to ask myself, okay, where am I operating from? Am I operating from a place of scarcity or am I operating from a place of abundance? And it was scarcity all the way. And it was this vicious cycle that I didn't know how to get out of. And that's why I signed up for Prosperity Posse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys, it was so fun. Last week, I was going back and doing all these experience calls, and I get this text from Melina. She's like, "You'll never believe the proposal that I just gave." And it was like exponentially greater for your work than you've ever done before. And really looking at this pricing model around recurring revenue and having minimum months. And so I would love to hear you talk about that because you were really excited last week. I mean, the shift that happened in your family and the shift that happened for money coming into your business it's a game changer. It completely makes entrepreneurship as a lifestyle attainable to support you. So if you could talk about that a little bit, just like what you see as far as like making money in your business now and the results you've seen in that. And then also what you said around your parents really understanding what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So right before Prosperity Posse, the money wasn't coming in. I knew that there was a market. I knew that I had a talent for something and the money wasn't coming in. So beginning Prosperity Posse, I had one client. Literally the day after we had our first one-on-one call, I picked up another client. And by learning all of everything that has to do with Prosperity Posse, all the modules, taking action, really being in the conversation of abundance, I ended up with 5 customers, 5 paying clients by the end of that, which is something that I didn't even see was possible. Jolie, like the day after that Prosperity Posse ended, the day after was the day that I signed my first 4-figure monthly retainer client. And it was being in a completely different world. Mm-hmm. I just didn't even know that was possible for myself. I was in such a place where if I didn't find you, I was going to go start, working in finance or something. Mm-hmm. And the day after Prosperity Posse, me landing that client, I was sitting there and I couldn't believe it. And I was sitting at the dining room table. My mom comes up to me and she's like, "Miha, what happened?" And I told her, I was like, "Mom, I got my first 4-figure monthly retaining client." And she stands there and she looks at me. She's like, "Honey," because I'm the oldest of 3 siblings. My other 2 siblings are wonderfully intelligent and they followed their own paths. Like my brother's getting his PhD in organic chemistry. My sister's on her way to get her master's in working with special needs children. And she looked at me and she says, "Your siblings always took the safe route, but you never did. And that used to make me worry about you. But now I see that that's something that's wonderfully different about you. And you're going to follow your own path. And I trust that you're going to be fine."
Mm-hmm.
And that shift from, come on, honey, when are you going to get a job, to, you know what you're doing, we trust you, we see you, is, it was just incredible.
Like buzzing, so much energy, so much excitement. And that's a big one for people, is approval from their parents, and just be able to say, like, I'm okay, I'm making money, I'm making this happen. I know a lot of people can relate to that. And so for the woman who's considering Prosperity Posse, maybe she's talked to me, maybe she's just seen it, what would you say if she's still feeling like scared about the investment, scared about if it's right for her? Like, what would you say about recommending this course? Like, who is this for, really?
This course is for any woman who has a gift that they want to share with the world, and wants that talent to take care of them. You know, a lot of women separate their passions from what makes them money. To that woman, I say it is possible to have both. It is possible to combine your passions and have your business taking care of you. And, you know, that fear that we all feel is inherent. It's normal. And I'd say, take the leap, come into Prosperity Posse, you know, be surrounded by women who are up to the same things you are. Learn all of the structures, you know, in business that might take years and years to learn on your own. I mean, you have growth hacked, you know, the way for women to really put these structures in place. I mean, like I mentioned, you know, I was on the struggle bus for 2 years, you know, and, you know, before Prosperity Posse, 1 client, after Prosperity Posse, 5, you know, and just a few short weeks. And those results really speak for themselves. And nothing really changed. Like, my talents didn't change. My passion for my clients didn't change. What changed was my mindset and the structures that you gave us to really help us get into that abundance mindset.
Girl, I'm so proud of you. And thank you. Thank you for sharing with other women what's possible, because it can be scary. It can be scary to invest. And it can be like, well, if I'm going to put money into this, am I going to get it out? And, you know, we've got to start making money as women in entrepreneurship. Like, it's fine to be great service providers. It's fine to be great coaches and healers and consultants. But if we're not making money, the business won't be able to sustain us for long, and we can't do it. And so you are such a perfect example of all you needed was some tools for sales and permission inside of your sales conversations, and how to do, you know, target market and market research and proper sales conversations. And you just exploded with it. And, you know, you admittedly didn't even do all of the assignments. So, like,
no.
Yeah. And so with this next round of Prosperity Posse, it'll be harder for women to do that because there's going to be more one-on-one support. But even though you weren't doing everything 100% fully in, you still had massive results. So I really want to congratulate you and thank you for being willing to share your story. I mean, 5 new clients is a huge win, and the types of numbers that you're talking about, like multiple $1,000 a month contracts, and for 12 months, like, this gives you the possibility of being able to project your business and know where the money is coming from. And that kind of peace of mind and freedom of knowing every single month where the money is coming from is just, it's invaluable.
Complete game changer for me. And it's something that it would have taken me a really long time to figure out on my own.
I'm so proud of you, girl. Thank you for sharing your gift with the world. Thank you for sharing in this testimonial video. You're a rock star. I can't wait to continue to see you grow and explore. And again, thanks for being willing to share your journey with Prosperity Posse.
Of course, Jolie. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.